So today we're going to be taking a look at the Electoral College, specifically the mathematics behind how the United States elects the president. As everybody knows, back in November, we had our election in 2024 with the presidency, the rest of the federal government, state and local elections as well. I'm specifically focusing on the presidency and how the Electoral College works from a mathematics perspective. So found in Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, you have the breakdown of how the presidency is elected and allocated with each state. So as you notice, there are a lot of different numbers, right, based on each state. So this is the most recent Electoral College map from the election back in November. So obviously we have President-elect Donald Trump with 312, and then the Vice President Kamala Harris with 226. In total, that adds up to 538 electoral votes. How that math is calculated is every single state, regardless of how they turned out in this election, has a set number of votes. How that number is calculated, we'll take North Carolina, for example, because that's our home state, okay? That number is 16. The winner, the person that had the most votes in the 2024 presidential election, took all 16 of North Carolina's Electoral College votes. How that 16 is broken down is two ways. Every state is guaranteed 2 electoral votes based on the amount of senators they have. Every state has 2 senators. So automatically, every state on here has at least 2 electoral votes. The rest is calculated based on how many members of the U.S. House of Representatives that they have. North Carolina, in this case, if we have 2 senators, 16 minus 2 is 14, meaning North Carolina has 14 U.S. House districts at the federal level. 14 plus 2 is 16, right? That's where that number comes from. The way that states are allocated House seats is based on the census, which is taken every 10 years, right? There are 2 exceptions to this rule, right? Nebraska and the state of Maine. Those 2 states, rather than entire population, their electoral college count is based on districts, right? So Nebraska has 5 total districts. They have a divided vote, right? As you can see with the blue, right? Kamala Harris took 1 district. President-elect Donald Trump took 4. In Maine, it's kind of flipped, right? There's 4 total electoral votes up for grabs. 3 of them went to Vice President Harris and 1 went to President-elect Trump. If you also notice, right, there is the District of Columbia. As you know, the District of Columbia is not a state, okay? However, with the 23rd Amendment, which was ratified in 1961, that gave our capital district 3 electoral votes. So the math there, right, all these states, right, 535 total, plus the 3 electoral votes from DC gets you 538. To secure the presidency, you need a majority. A majority of 538 is 270. As you notice, President-elect Trump surpassed that threshold with 312.